They do, Jones crew. It's your girl Crystal, and I'm back at you again with another lit video. You already know the vibes. Yo, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you like this video as well so we can get it promoted in the YouTube algorithm so more people can know the truth about Lil Cam as well. Make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell so you never miss a video, because I drop hot content every single day. Now, if you haven't seen my previous video, make sure you go check that out regarding Lil Cam. The official shooter of Takeoff has been arrested. He has been arrested on Tuesday, November 22nd, right before Thanksgiving. They did lock him up, as I spoke about before. Remember, I was the first one to expose that he would have a warrant placed out for his arrest after not appearing for court on November 18th. So that a warrant has come in full circle, as we can see here, guys. Like I told you before, I did go on the website yesterday and check it out. Harris County District, you can see him right there. Joshua Cameron is in custody. He is arrested, guys. So I know we are going to have a lot of questions regarding his arrest. How long can he possibly be in jail? How long are they going to keep him? What's going to happen? So if you're anything like me, you don't want to sit around and wait for the news to report on anything, because they do take a long time to come out with new information. So we're going to go ahead and look into this ourselves and see what we can find online regarding any gun laws. Now, as you can see, they did not charge him for the murder of Takeoff just yet. They have brought him in on this charge, on this gun charge, with him possessing a firearm, him being a convicted felon. He's not supposed to be in possession of a firearm, guys. So that's why they took him in. I believe this is the first step just for them to have him in custody, so they are able to interview him, press him, and try to flip him against the whole Mob Ties Rap-A-Lot crew, so that they can finally indict them all on a Rico charge. Okay, so those are my thoughts. Now let's go ahead and get into what type of time he might be facing. Now, this is what they're going to use against him to get him to confess and to snitch and to flip, guys. They're going to pressure him and they're going to intimidate him. They're basically going to put the fear of God into his heart by showing him how much time he can face on this gun charge if he doesn't flip, if he doesn't cooperate. So we all want to know here, what exactly is the law regarding possession of a firearm for a convicted felon? Not only possession of a firearm, but unlawfully carrying a firearm in the state of Texas if you are a convicted felon that is out on bond for felonies as well as misdemeanors. All this information that I found is public and available online. So the punishment for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon in Texas. The punishment for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon is significant. This crime is categorized as a third-degree felony. If you are convicted, you will face up to 10 years in prison and or a fine of up to $10,000. Texas criminal laws imposed aggravated consequences for those who are considered habitual felony offenders. Okay, we can see he is of habitual felony offenders by looking at his records. So make sure you go check out my other videos regarding his charges. So if the defendant has been previously convicted of a felony, which he was, other than a state jail felony, which he was, he or she can be punished for a second-degree felony. The consequences for a second-degree felony are even more severe than a third-degree felony. If you are convicted of a second-degree felony, you can receive a prison sentence of up to 20 years and a fine of up to $10,000. So with just reading that, guys, seeing that he is already a convicted felony of multiple felonies as well as misdemeanors, it is safe for us to actually assume that this would be the more fitting sentence for him. Now, possession of a firearm by a person convicted of assault. Texas residents with a felony conviction on the record are not the only group of people barred from possessing firearms. Those who have been convicted of a Class A misdemeanor assault involving a member of the family or household cannot possess a firearm. As with felons, they can be charged with a crime if they possess a firearm before the 5th anniversary of the latter of the date of their release from confinement, or they are released from community supervision after they have been convicted of the misdemeanor, the crime of the possessing a firearm. In this case, is a Class A misdemeanor. Now, as you can see right there, guys, it simply states that must wait at least 5 years from the date you are released from prison for carrying that felony charge, or 5 years after the release of your supervision, meaning probation or ankle monitor, whatever they release you, whatever your bond conditions are that you're released on. Okay, you must wait at least 5 years from meeting those conditions and ending the supervision. As we all know, and we've seen, if you've seen my last videos, you can see right there, it has not been 5 years since his charge, since the charge of his felony. It has not been 5 years. So it is very, very safe for us to speculate and assume that Mr. Joshua Cameron, will be facing up to 20 years in prison. Now, they're going to use that against him. They're going to use that to their advantage. The feds are going to come in. They're going to pressure him in regards to the murder of Takeoff. And if they can't get him to flip, and if they can't get him to snitch or confess to the murder, then they will charge him with that crime, facing up to 20 years in prison. Okay, so we're going to watch this very closely. We're going to see what comes of this. Is he going to snitch? Is he going to flip? Is Lil Cam going to sing like a bird and tell on Mob Ties and tell on Rap-A-Lot and bring the entire group, entire gang down with him? Are they going to bring up a Rico charge against this gang? What's going to come of this, guys? We're going to take a close look. I'm going to monitor this entire situation for you guys and make sure I bring you all the updates regarding Lil Cam. Thank you guys so much for watching. I highly appreciate your comments, your likes, and I really appreciate you guys subscribing. Again, it's free. It costs you nothing. So I really, really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, drop your comments down below. Tell me what you think about this entire situation. What do you think he's going to be facing? How long do you think Lil Cam is going to be in prison for? Let me know your thoughts, guys. Have a great holiday, and I hope you guys had a wonderful time with your family, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.